Welcome back to my channel, Darken Artistry. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. So, for y'all who do not know, unfortunately, sadly, I did remove all of the videos from this channel and I put it on a different channel called Z Reactions. ZE Reactions. Probably wondering why. I want to stay true to my poetic sense on this channel. And for those reasons, everything that falls out of that purview, I put on a different channel called Z Reactions. And I'm going to be making a third channel as me doing mukbangs. So if you like mukbangs, subscribe to that future channel. It will be in the link description below whenever it's made. It's not made right now. Z Reactions is made, and that will be linked in the description below. So, today we will be reacting to Royalty, Letter to Your Flag. If you haven't done so already, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And let's go. Doo-doo-doo.
Allegiance to your flag of the United States of America, and to your republic, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for who? For you? For some? Not for us. Not for our people. So please stop saying we equal with your flag of red, white, and blue in one hand. You beat us until we're black and blue with the other. Beat us until we're none. Beat us until we can't walk straight. Then you put us in chains if we lucky. But for the ones of us who aren't so lucky, you tell us to put our hands up as some type of sick tribute to your privilege, and then you pull the trigger into our bodies laid down on your ground, pull the trigger until your clip is empty, pull the trigger until we make your evening news, and then when our children cry, we have to look our children in the eyes and tell them that they have to be cautious, that when they walk your streets, they have to do so in fear, that they have to spend an entirety of their life looking over their shoulder, because you will hunt them down.
Ooh. Man. I mean, I don't know if y'all really grasping like what this young man is saying, but it's beautiful already. And it's aware of what's happening in his state, in his day and age. And I feel like poetry does something specific. It allows people to work through what's happening. I feel like poets are able to look from multiple different sides and come up with their own conclusion. I feel like poets are, have a lot of empathy and they're able to really bounce emotions off of, or absorb emotions off of from other people. And so I'm definitely feeling his anger, his sadness, his hurt.
And you will bury them, either in a prison system that aims to disenfranchise them or the dirt beneath their feet. And this is all because of that same racism that you love to say no longer exists. But we all know that same racism is the reason that when we want to put a hood on, we resist. The reason that when we go to get these jobs, we're dismissed at the...
Ooh. He said, when we put on them hoodies, we resist. And he's really, and I love it. He's a young man and he's able to really think deeply about these things. About like, a black person in a hoodie is criminalized, right? Not because of the fact that they're wearing a hoodie, but because of the fact that their skin is black and they have the audacity to put on a hoodie. He said, he talks about, walking into a workplace and being dismissed and at the end of the day, a black person in a suit and a tie in professional wear, in a skirt, whatever it is, they're going to walk into that place of business that has been created for white people, and they're going to be dismissed because because black people can't be professional. Whether it's your hair, whether it's you putting a little spadazzle on your fit, doesn't matter. Black in a suit or black in a hoodie, this world will still dismiss you. And I love how he really, his words flow, his ability to really, add imagery is so beautiful. So beautiful.
the door, the reason that when we go to shop, we're watched in your stores. That racism is the reason that us saying your...
And that's real, you know. I've been followed in so many different stores.
Pledge of Allegiance feels a lot like a root canal, or a whip's impact against our flesh, or a baton to our head, or a bullet in our back, or tear gas at a Black Lives Matter protest. That racism is the reason that 3 women clenched their purses as I walked through the entrance of this very building. It hurts that I have to remember that the system I was born into is built to work against me.
Ooh. And for him to be so young and able to really, you know what I'm saying, think about that, how this system has worked, has been built to work against him. And that's really real. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, as older people to the younger generation, I consider myself old. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, you know, it's sad to see this generation of consciousness. Not in as like it's sad to see people are conscious, but it's sad to see the deep levels of consciousness of that I have to grow up in this world fearful that because of the color of my skin, I am feared. And that fear can get me killed. That is the sad part about it.
Hurts that I have to remember. Hurts that I have to remember. Hurts that I have to... Hurts that I actually have to...
I love it. And I bet you he actually almost forgot his words there. And I've done that before. And you repeat the sentence in order to try to grasp back or to get back to what you're saying, you know, to think, give yourself time to think. And he did it so elegantly, you know, really playing it off. Because that point right there, there wasn't really no need to put that emphasis on it. So I can tell that he was like kind of forgetting his words and kind of giving himself time and ability to remember the next verse, the next round. And I commend the spoken word artist because it is super duper hard to remember. And then to put in, you know, your emotion and to paint this canvas and to wordplay and to wordsmith and to project your voice and to lower your voice and to, you know, put all these different, you know, levels of artistry into the art that you're producing. So, dope.
Remember that you will happily invest more money into the preservation of wildlife than you ever will into the preservation of Black life.
Ooh. You will put more money into wildlife than you would ever into Black life. Yo, that is real. And that's probably why I hate animals. I don't hate them. I just dislike them. It's because, you know what I'm saying, people invest so much money into dogs, into all these different animals. If you kick your dog Lucky, like you're going to potentially get a time for dog abuse. People are going to be like, what? You're going to be vandalized, you know what I'm saying, in the public eye. You're going to be canceled. It's going to be outraged. There's going to be pickets, in a sense. But as soon as a man put his leg on a black man's neck and he dies, as soon as things like that happen, it's, why are you angry at this? You don't have to act like this. You don't have to act like animals. Why are you upset? This is nothing to be upset about. It's controversial. But when an animal is killed, it's automatic. That is wrong. How dare you? There's no this side, that side. Oh, well, maybe, you know what I'm saying, a dog bit them. No, it's none of that. But when a black person dies in America, in the world, period, it's so many excuses to why that happened. And so, yes, the value of an animal has always been over the life of black people. And it's sad. And I love how he put that into his poem because that's definitely the truth.
Let me ask y'all a question.
You know, I also want to say that also piggies back off of history. If you don't know what I'm talking about, read a history book.
Turn on your TVs and witness another black body laid on your concrete. What do y'all see? Another murder? Another sad story? Another funeral, do you see the aftermath? I see another child that lost their father. Another single woman trying to raise a man. Another broken home which leads to another child that grows up and suffers the same fate as their father. Which means another black woman that outlives her adolescent son. This country practices a culture that lacks equal rights for blacks. And we love to say that black don't crack, meanwhile y'all shatter our melanin like glass.
Ooh. Ooh. That is deep. That is so deep. It's saying the fate of the father is the fate of the son. The mother outlived the son. And then also play tribute to this whole idea, black don't crack, black don't crack. Black don't crack, but yet blacks are being killed constantly. And the melanin, like that blackness that people celebrate, is also the blackness that people fear. And so I love that whole entire stanza, that entire one, because it was just beautiful and then also painful and also painted a picture. And then I loved how he also, his hands outfolded. And it really, when you do things with your hands, like it really does tell a story within your poetry. And so I really do, fantastic, phenomenal. And when this young man gets to the age of whatever, and he continues to work on his poetry, like he's going to be out of this world. For him to be this good, and I hate when people be like, this good, you're so young. You know, I'm not trying to say that. I mean, but this good, right now, I can just tell that he's going to be even way better 5, 10 years from now. And he don't even have to, take that long. But he is a way better spoken word artist than I ever was at his age. That's amazing.
My back breaks for everybody you lay at our feet. For every memory I try to erase within your war zones. Late nights revealed that my PTSD has found its way to the surface. And my hate for this country reminds me.
Ooh, and I love his mannerisms. It brings life to it. He has a little shakiness in his voice. He's shaking in his body a little bit. And it really portrays something to the audience that, man, this is sincerity written in these lines.
That I'm far from patriotic, so it's a little ironic that I pledge allegiance to your flag of the United States of America and to your republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for who?
Ooh, Wakanda forever. No, but seriously, this was amazing. Amazing. Man, I really do love poetry. I really do love spoken word. And I really love when the younger generation taps into that form of artistry, especially especially young men. I just think that poetry, I mean all forms of art, because I'm an art connoisseur, but specifically poetry allows you to really work through things that necessarily may not have the opportunity to work with any other time. And so, with that being said, please comment below. What do you think about this poem? My final word for this is definitely powerful. And until next time, stay positive.